call. I'm just trying to get you that live feed there. So what you're watching on the left side of your screens is from the media center right outside. We have a camera, and of course the agencies have a camera. So it's going to be delayed by a couple of minutes. So Megha just told you that the speech has started. It's a short speech, it's only a few minutes. It sets the trend. So you've had Xi Jinping as host and president of the session speaking. The Kazakh president has spoken because he's the next host and next president for the SCO next year. That's just protocol. That's just how it works. This is President Tokayev. Now you're hearing Narendra Modi is going to be speaking, and all of them are speaking for just 2 or 3 minutes. There generally is an effort made at a joint declaration. And we'll probably get to hear something on that. I don't know whether India will be onboarded or will sign that joint declaration. In the past, there have been times when we have not. We have objected to the commentary in the joint declaration on things like counter-terrorism and other matters. Let me quickly get Ambassador Pradeep Kapur here. So, Ambassador Kapur, what General Dwivedi has been saying, what you've been saying, that's the ground reality. The logic of this doesn't get thrown out of the window in a couple of months. Everything that we've been working on for the past 20, 30 years doesn't get thrown out of the window in the past couple of months. But let's also not assume that things don't change and countries don't respond to changing circumstances. And presently, it seems to be that what is in the morning cannot be taken for granted in the afternoon. In that circumstance, what do you make of the body language that is being set here? Is it just that? Is it just a photo op?
Well, it's a very important message that is being conveyed to the world, as you have very rightly said, Rishabh, because India has transitioned from being a soft power to a smart power. Smart power is a combination of soft power and military strength and military power. So that is the transition which has taken place, which is on display here. You see, even when the three leaders are standing together and the cameras are focused on them, Modi is also doing a lot of the talking and everybody is keenly listening. So to have that sort of impact on the world stage is very important. It is going to have a great impact here in Washington, D.C., where I'm based. Because there are more and more people I see who are coming out in the open to talk about Trump's policies on India and argue against it. The steps he's taken on tariffs, the steps he's taken against India. There is, of course, another threat which India faces, which, is the deep state of America, creating difficult situation in India for the Prime Minister or for the government, which the government needs to be very careful about, because I have worked in Chile as ambassador. I have seen before my time, of course, what they did to President Allende, and when they installed Pinochet as the president of Chile through the CIA coup, where they were able to have Allende killed. Similarly in Cambodia, where as ambassador again I saw the disruptions which the CIA and the US created in destroying a prosperous country and almost taking it back to prehistoric times, whereby that dictator, he could come into power, Pol Pot, he could kill millions of his people, 1/3 of the population of Cambodia was wiped out. So those sort of things they do which devastate a country. We have seen what has happened in Iraq, we have seen what has happened in Libya with Colonel Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein in Iraq. So even in Ukraine, when Yanukovych was the duly elected president, democratically elected president, who was looking positively towards Russia and had good relations with Russia, which the Americans could not stomach.
Yes, and they got in Viktor Yushchenko. Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir, because we don't even have to go into past history. I mean, Asim Munir was sitting in the White House a couple of weeks ago. But I have to point out once again, because in the end we are in a visual media and we generally have the serious conversations, but we get a chance at levity, and for those people who can watch their TV screens, you have to look at the face of Shehbaz Sharif. Okay, there are some iconic moments that go down in history. This is one of them. Okay, as Putin and Modi are walking by, okay, you have to look at the face of Shehbaz Sharif, who's trying to look, I want to use the word, he's trying to look cool. All right, I mean, he's trying to be chill. Okay, but you can clearly tell that he's rather uncomfortable and not chill at all. Okay, because the last thing Shehbaz Sharif wants to see is the ramifications of what it means, and there is a ramification for Pakistan, because the primary issue that we would be raising, and the Indian Foreign Secretary has mentioned twice yesterday that the Chinese are helping on cross-border terrorism. Now, you can understand that however you want to understand it, but he has not said that we are asking them or we are looking for or we hope for. He said they are helping, period, not once but twice. So now that means what it means. So sorry to interrupt you, and I'll take your thought on that just for a second, Ambassador Kapur. Before get back Professor Mahajan and General Dwivedi. Alok Mehta, I'm being told, is with us as well. Alok ji, coming to you next. So Ambassador, the Pakistanis are there, and the Chinese were the forever BFFs, all weather friends, and hearts and kisses, and I love you morning, evening, night. So when we are told that they are helping on cross-border terrorism, what does that mean?
So, this is a very important point you're making, Rishabh, because bilateral relations between countries involve a lot of concern about the other country's challenges and difficulties which it is facing. Now, India, under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, has been able to articulate India's concerns about a lot of issues like terrorism, like cross-border terrorism, like the problems vis-a-vis Pakistan, in a very clear and direct fashion to a lot of countries in a lot of forums, bilateral and multilateral. So they have been doing that with China for a long time, and China, being all-weather friends with Pakistan, was not budging. Finally, the needle seems to have shifted because they realized that for them to talk seriously to India on any other issue, they would have to look at India's concerns about cross-border terrorism, about Pakistan, a little more seriously than they've been doing in the past. So that seems to have happened finally just before this meeting.
Yes.
In terms of the exchanges which took place, in terms of the letter which Xi Jinping sent to Modi, and the sort of cordiality and the statements coming out. Indian diplomacy normally does not talk much in the open domain. But for statements to be made by the Foreign Secretary and the Prime Minister, which you have said just now, are very important landmarks and very important milestones in terms of the comfort that the Chinese have given to the Indian side about sharing the concerns of India and about trying to address those concerns. How far they will continue to address those concerns, or whether they'll swing back the needle towards Pakistan, is to be seen. But currently it seems that they are going to move forward with India and try to see how they can disrupt the American dominance on the global stage, because without, the world is delicately balanced.
Yes.
The Western powers are on one side, China is on the other side. If Russia supports China, that side automatically becomes much stronger.
And
the Western dominance.
Ambassador, my undergrad